The average Social Security check in 2026 is about $2,000 a month. In most American cities, that's survival money. It's rent and groceries and saying no to almost everything else. But here's what nobody at the Social Security office will ever tell you. In at least 5 countries, that exact same check doesn't just cover your bills. It puts you in the top 10% of earners. We're talking about a modern apartment with a view, a housekeeper, dinner out whenever you feel like it, and money left over at the end of the month. Same check. Completely different life. Today, I'm counting down 5 countries where $2,000 a month genuinely makes you rich, with real numbers, line by line. And stick around, because near the end, I'll share the one mistake that turns a rich retirement abroad back into a broke one faster than anything else. Welcome back to Passport Retirement, where we look at what retiring abroad actually costs, without the fantasy math. If you're new here, we do honest numbers and the catches nobody mentions. So hit subscribe if that's your kind of thing. Quick note before we start. This isn't financial or legal advice. Visa rules and prices change, so always verify the details before you book anything. All right, let's count them down. Number 5, the Philippines. Let's put your $2,000 check next to the local reality first, because that's where the word rich stops being an exaggeration. The median household income in the Philippines works out to somewhere around $350 a month. Your Social Security check is nearly 6 times that. In a city like Dumaguete, the university town they call the City of Gentle People, that gap turns into a lifestyle. A comfortable 1-bedroom near the boulevard runs $250 to $400. In Cebu, a modern condo with a pool and gym is $400 to $600. A helper who cleans, does laundry, and cooks a few days a week costs $60 to $150 a month. And that's paying generously by local standards. Dinner out is $3 to $5 at a local place, maybe $10 at a Western restaurant. Add utilities, a motorbike, phone, and internet, and a single retiree lives well on $1,200 to $1,400, which leaves $600 or more of your check unspent every single month. The visa side is friendlier than most of Asia too. The retirement visa program, the SRRV, gets you permanent renewable residency with a bank deposit as low as $10,000 to $20,000 depending on your pension. And English is everywhere. Street signs, hospitals, banks. You will never fight a form you can't read. Now, here's the catch. Infrastructure. Power outages still happen outside the big cities. Internet quality swings block by block, and the Philippines sits directly in Typhoon Alley, so a few times a year the weather is a genuine event. World-class hospitals exist, but they're in Manila and Cebu, not in the small beach towns. Rich, yes. Seamless, no. Number 4, Ecuador, specifically Cuenca, the colonial city in the southern highlands that's been a top expat haven for 20 years, and for one very underrated reason. Ecuador uses the US dollar. Your Social Security check arrives as dollars and gets spent as dollars. No exchange rate, no conversion fees, no watching your rent swing 15% because a currency move. Your $2,000 lands in a country where the local median income sits around $500 a month. You're earning 4 times the typical household straight off the bat. What does that buy in Cuenca? A furnished 2-bedroom apartment in a good neighborhood, $350 to $500. A full lunch, the almuerzo, soup, main, juice, $3 to $4. A housekeeper twice a week, about $100 a month. Excellent private health insurance in your 60s, $100 to $200. Most single retirees in Cuenca report living comfortably on $1,300 to $1,500. And Social Security can be deposited directly. It just works. The pensioner visa wants provable pension income in the region of $1,400 a month, and the average check clears that bar. Here's the catch, and it's a double one. First, altitude. Cuenca sits at about 8,400 feet. If you have heart or lung issues, that's a real medical conversation before you commit, not after. Second, the headlines. Ecuador's coastal cities have had genuinely rough security years, and you'll read scary things. The highland expat cities like Cuenca and Loja have stayed largely calm, but you need to be honest with yourself that you're choosing specific regions of the country, not the whole map. Number 3, Mexico. The single most popular retirement destination for Americans. Full stop. Something like 1.6 million US citizens already live there. And the reason is simple. It's the only country on this list where home is a drive or a 2-hour flight away. Grandkids' graduation? You can be there tomorrow. The classic retirement bases are Lake Chapala, with the largest concentrated American retiree community on Earth, and Merida in the Yucatan, a colonial city that keeps ranking among the safest in all of Mexico. Against a local median household income of roughly $600 a month, your $2,000 goes a long way. A nice one-bedroom in Mérida runs $500 to $700. A cleaner is about $25 for a full day. Tacos are $1. A proper restaurant meal is $8 to $15. Private doctor visits, $30 to $50. Most couples around Lake Chapala report living well on $2,200 to $2,800, meaning a single person on one check is comfortable with room to spare. Now here's the catch, and it's grown teeth in the last few years. The popular expat zones have been Americanized in price. Ajijic rents doubled in a decade, and the gringo price is real. And more importantly, Mexico's temporary resident visa income requirement has climbed to roughly $2,700 a month at many consulates, which is above the average Social Security check. There's a savings route instead, roughly $45,000 in the bank, and consulates vary a lot, so this is the country where you pick your consulate as carefully as you pick your city. Number 2, Thailand. Chiang Mai, up in the northern mountains, has been called the retirement capital of Asia for a reason. It's where $2,000 a month buys what I can only describe as a boutique hotel life. A modern one-bedroom condo with a pool, gym, and security runs $300 to $500 a month. Street food, and we're talking some of the best food on the planet, is $2 to $3 a meal. A month of eating out every single day costs less than one American restaurant week. A massage is $8. A private hospital that feels like a 5-star hotel will see you same day for a $30 to $50 consultation, and Chiang Mai's international hospitals are genuinely world-class. Thai median household income sits around $700 a month nationally, and well below that in the north, so your check puts you comfortably in the top tier of the city you live in. Most single retirees report full, rich months, travel included, at $1,400 to $1,600. So what's the catch? Two things, and they're not small. First, the retirement visa. Thailand wants either 800,000 baht parked in a Thai bank, that's around $22,000 to $23,000, or proof of 65,000 baht a month in income, which is about $1,900. The average check scrapes past that line, but barely. And the annual renewal ritual with 90-day check-ins is paperwork you'll do forever. Second, burning season. From roughly February to April, crop burning turns Chiang Mai's air into some of the worst on earth. Most retirees simply leave for those months. Budget for that escape, because your lungs will insist. And number 1, Colombia. Specifically, Medellin, the city of eternal spring. And if that name surprises you, you're exactly who needs to hear this. Start with the math. Colombia's minimum wage in 2026 is around $340 a month, and the median worker earns not far above it. Your $2,000 check lands you in roughly the top 10% of incomes in the country. In Medellin's best neighborhoods, El Poblado with its tree-covered hills, or Laureles with its walkable cafe streets, a modern 1 or 2 bedroom apartment runs $500 to $700. A menu of the day lunch is $4. A housekeeper, about $15 a visit. And the weather does something no other city on this list can claim. It's 72 degrees every single day of the year. No heating bill, no air conditioning bill, ever. Healthcare might be the biggest shock. Colombia's system has been ranked among the best in the world, ahead of the United States in World Health Organization rankings, and expats on the local EPS system pay well under $150 a month. The pension visa requires roughly 3 times minimum wage in income, call it $1,000 a month, which Social Security clears with double to spare. Now, the catch, and let's be adults about it. Colombia carries a reputation from a war that largely ended decades ago. But petty crime in tourist zones is real, and the local rule, no dar papaya, don't flash what you can't afford to lose, is a lifestyle, not a slogan. And since you're paid in dollars but spend in pesos, currency swings can move your effective rent 15% in a year. Some years, that's a raise. Some years, it isn't. So there's your list. 5 countries where the average Social Security check stops being survival money and starts being wealth. Now, earlier I promised you the one mistake that turns a rich retirement back into a broke one, and here it is: budgeting your entire check. The retirees who crash abroad are almost never the ones who picked the wrong country. They're the ones who saw $2,000 of income, built a $2,000 lifestyle, and left zero margin. Then the peso swings, or a hospital bill lands, or a family emergency means 2 flights home in 1 year. and suddenly they're liquidating retirement accounts to cover a life that was supposed to be cheap. The people who actually thrive follow a simple rule: live on 70%. In every country we covered today, 70% of the average check still buys a life most Americans would envy, and the other $600 a month quietly builds the cushion that makes the whole thing sustainable. Rich isn't what you spend. Rich is never being forced to leave. So here's my question for you. Which of these 5 surprised you the most? And is there a country you think deserved the top spot instead? Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. And if you found this useful, the next episode is one you genuinely shouldn't skip. It's called The Big Myth About Retiring Abroad, and it's about the single belief, pushed by almost every video on this platform, that quietly ruins more overseas retirements than money ever will. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you there.